Well, hey there, I'm KK, and today I want to talk to you about your money blocks. Money is a thing that most people struggle to make, the average person. Most people struggle with knowing when to spend and when to save and when to invest. But also there are often blocks with regards to how we think about money and how we treat money in our lives. And whether you're an entrepreneur or business owner on the small business side, or maybe you're a founder and in that scrappy startup mode, or perhaps you're kind of living your best life, maybe working for yourself and anything in between, right? Even if you're working for the man and you're upset about that. I think how we handle money is the single most important aspect of figuring out our next step in life. So how we treat our money is usually indicative of how we treat many aspects of our lives, including education, family, overall success. I'm even going to say our health and wellness, even though I'm going to get a lot of flack for that probably. And so I'm a big believer in long-term benefits, short-term effort. So what does that mean? I think money has amazing power for long-term benefits. And as someone who grew up with very little and has now gotten to a place of success where I'm confidently approaching money in every aspect of my life, I can tell you there's a difference between those who are doing well financially and those who are not. And the major difference has to do with this scarcity versus abundance mindset, but it goes so much further than that. I feel like everyone talks about scarcity versus abundance, and then they stop there and they tell you to keep thinking and growing rich, which is total garbage. So instead, I want to give you some practical ways to improve your money mindset and to do something about wherever you're blocked with regards to finances and growing, whether it's with your business or personally. So the first thing is to consider what money's true utilization is supposed to be. It's not to have people think that you have more than you do and to use that for influence. Money is a means to an end. It is something that can help you to have stability. It can provide you, I think, a simple luxuries of life, like having more time. It can provide you also some tangible luxuries, of course. I mean, I love a good splurge once in a while on a nice product or a need that I have or something in my home, or even something really impactful like a car or a home. But those things aren't the purpose of money. You know, money is meant to make your life better and not to have you simply chase more and more and more. So as a primary function, money is a unit of exchange, right? You earn whatever you earn, and then that amount is exchanged for goods and services. Well, that's probably the least important use of money, and yet it's the one we focus on the most, right? What can I buy? How much bigger of a house? How much, a cooler car? All these things. But things aren't actually what bring us happiness or even that give us the stability to make more money. And so we often miss the mark where the purpose of money is only what we can buy with it. And I actually believe that beyond that, the stability of having money as a store of value, for instance, having stability and having savings and investing and understanding how money can grow beyond just, a job or a business is really important. And so that secondary aspect of money, where it is storing value for you for long-term benefits, is where we tend to get wrapped up on short-term gains. So right now, all everyone wants to talk about is the stock market, cryptocurrency, quick wins and side hustles. And although I think each of those have their place, I think it's even more important to think about what the heck do you do with the money that you're making? And of course, to make more money so that you have more stability, right? You have more time for your efforts, and I think that you have an overall better, more holistic view of life that goes beyond, things and temporal, tangible aspects of what money can buy. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on the last kind of aspect or use of money, which is to use it almost like a yardstick. Treating money as a unit of account is one way that we're able to measure and understand value in economic transactions. I think many would say that the invention of money is one of the arguably most important aspects of our modern day life. And yet we're looking at a world that's rapidly changing and where the definition of what is currently currency or what's currently considered as money may not be the same in our lifetime. So as a commodity, I think about money as more than just dollars and cents. I think about the true aspects of money that are tangible and representative, but also the truth about money, which is that we are currently operating in a fiat currency environment. That means that there's a lot of fake money floating out in the world, in our economy right now, and it's causing the cost of everything to go up. I'm sure you've experienced that, whether you own a business and you've raised prices, or if you're a consumer and everything that you're either thinking about or have purchased has adjusted in some way. There's no intrinsic value. There's no asset in a vault somewhere that's tied to the money that you're holding on to or even investing. And so I'm bringing this up now because I want to encourage you to think differently, not just about how you spend money, but what you consider money. And to do that research, to go a little bit deeper into understanding what does the world look like today from an economic perspective, and what would it look like if we did not print all the money that we did in the last year or two or 10. And also if there wasn't this injection of not just dollars, but also of resources and ideas of currency that have flooded our economic world. So whether you believe that cryptocurrency is the next best thing, or if you're just focused on putting a couple more dollars in your bank account, I think understanding the true form of money and what it is meant to be used for can be incredibly impactful to you as you make more money, as you grow and understand more uses than maybe you had in your younger years. And I mean, honestly, even as you talk about and educate your staff, your family members, your kids about the value of a dollar. So let me leave you with this, the key characteristics of what makes money money. Number one, it's durable. Number two, it's portable. Number three, it's divisible. Number four, it's uniform in nature. Number five, there's a limited supply. Limited supply, no money printer. Okay, let's move on. And number six, it's acceptable, meaning it can be exchanged easily. And also that people are willing to recognize it. So based on that, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the US dollars in your bank account or the cryptocurrency in your mining or, everything else that you're probably considering as you think about, storing value and buying goods and services. What I'm asking you to do is to really put an emphasis on making more money. Yes, you can provide more for your family, for your community, for yourself, but also on educating yourself about the impact of changes to what we define as money for the future. So that means understanding how our current economic landscape was created, why there has been so many changes beyond the obvious about what's happening in the world and how all these big businesses are becoming more successful and all these small businesses seem to be struggling to get by. And then finally, I want to encourage you to do something about it. If you get stinking upset at the way the world is run, then I always think there's two sets of people. There are people who will sit and complain all day, every day about it. And then there's people who are going to get up and do something. They're going to contribute. They're going to buy into the Great Resignation and get rid of that 9-to-5 and start a business and live the American dream. Or they're going to educate themselves further on how they can invest their money and make a more stable financial landscape for themselves and for their future. But if I could encourage you to do any one thing when it comes to money, it's to truly understand its role in your life so that you're not just chasing it for things and temporal aspects of life, but you understand where it's important and where it's not. And so you're kind of clear-minded about anything that happens in the world. Good things, bad things, economic things, personal things. When you know